Hello, this is your famous author Mark coming to you with another interesting discussion. School year has begun. A lot of people are gonna go back to college in um, in October. They're gonna start college. So today I decided to do a YouTube video because I've been hearing a lot about this particular subject called uh, you know, because there's two types of universities and colleges. One is for profit, and the other one is nonprofit. Now, I am kind of confused about it because, in my opinion, and I am going to put my 2 cents into this particular discussion. Now, because is there a difference between a nonprofit and a for-profit university of college, or university or college? Not really, because to be honest with you, and here's why: because either way, whether you go to a profit school or a nonprofit school, that doesn't make no difference because of the what do you call, the glut of the university degrees. Now, the reason I say that we have a glut of university degrees because nowadays, to be honest with you, um, because see, everyone nowadays has a college degree. So whether in my not so humble opinion, whether you go to college for where you go to a nonprofit school or a for-profit school, that doesn't make a difference. Now, the quality of education, when you go to a for-profit school or non-profit school, it depends on what type of school you go to. For example, for a for-profit school, um, it all depends whether it depends on several things. Whether the school is accredited for a for-profit school, whether they have good professors, but in reality, when you choose whether you choose to go to a nonprofit school or a for-profit school, you have to remember three things. One, you have to make sure that they have a program that you are interested in. Now, don't choose a what do you call a useless degree like psychology, like sociology, and all those. Get a degree that you're going to get a job right off the bat. That's the first thing. Second thing is make sure that that you can actually afford this degree, because nowadays you don't want to put yourself in what we call student loan debt. You don't want to do that. That's the second thing. And thirdly, if you have a disability, ladies and gentlemen, and I speak to people with disabilities in this case, make sure that when you go to a college or a university, make sure that university can meet your needs and be accommodating to you and your disability situation in that case, because and that might be the two things that are important is make sure that they have the major that you want, and make sure that you get, if you have a disability, you make sure you get the accommodations that you need in order to be successful. Then what, and whether you go to a for-profit school or a non-profit school, that is a that's uh, that's basically academic, and that's irrelevant at this point. And that is because, see, here's the problem. Because when I said that there's a glut of college degrees out there, what I meant by that is, ladies and gentlemen, that there's a lot of people out there with college degrees. So how do you now? The most important thing to worry about now, even if you decide to go to college these days, you have to uh, you have to understand that there's a lot of people with college degrees, and the most important thing is it is not important what type of college you go to, whether a for-profit or a non-profit. Um, the second thing is make sure that you get the major that you want, but make sure you choose the right major. Don't choose for example, a degree or a major that will put you in debt, but then you won't have a job. Don't choose a good major there. And the third thing, if you're disabled, then just make sure that you get the accommodations uh, that you need in order to be successful. But whether you go to a for-profit school or a non-profit school, that doesn't make a difference. However, what would make a real big difference is you got to make sure that the school that you're going to attend, that it is basically accredited by a middle states accreditation or an accreditation body for your state or for your country or for whatever. Make sure that it is accredited in the state that you're residing in, and make sure that it is an accredited school. Because either way, whether you go to a for-profit school or a non-profit school, sometimes, for example, in my case, okay, I went to a for-profit school, but the thing is, for me, what made a difference for me is, I had to put in the work. I had to put in. I had to. I had to still go to class. I still had to do my work. But the thing is, what the greatest thing for me was the way that my what made a difference for me is that how the disability accommodations was handled in my case. It was, to be honest with you, it was great where I went to, because I went to Strayer University, and the way that they handled my disability accommodation, it was great. Um, so the thing is, now, like I said, nowadays this thing started where, well, some people say that nonprofit, for example, nonprofit colleges are better than for-profit colleges. But really, when you and I'm going to end it with this. When you look at the difference between a nonprofit school, in my opinion, and a for-profit school, then I don't see any difference, because in reality, all colleges and universities are for-profit. Because when you think about it, when you take a real deep dive and think about this, now they are all charging us tuition. They are all raising our tuition probably every year, and then and then what else they do is, I mean, they're all for profit, because we still have to pay tuition. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, we still have to pay tuition in order to attend college. Now, there's another thing that's going on, and I'm going to add my 2 cents to this. It's like nowadays, nowadays, in order for you to get a job, you will have to get either a doctorate or a master's degree. And who's behind this are dear employers. Now, I've said well, I'm going to save on this subject for now. So I will see you hopefully in my next YouTube video. If you like this video, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. You know, share this video as well. So I hope that I gave you some good advice. I will see you later.